Hi, my loves. There's been a lot of interesting energy swirling around lately. Like, you might have been really tired lately, like really tired. And also, like, maybe even sleeping through the night, having crazy dreams, maybe triggering dreams. And really at, like, I don't even know if crossroads is, like, the right way to put it. Like, I guess yes. It might be different for everybody, but there's just, like, at least one thing in your life that, like, out of nowhere, I feel like as soon as Saturn hit retrograde, it was just, like, reevaluating certain things, certain people, and really wondering, like, is this right for me? Is this the best thing for me? Like, and I think also a collective guilt around that, definitely. Or, like, even taking up space, saying no, having boundaries. It's almost felt like, I don't know if it's like a wall went up or it's like you just need yourself right now. But that's what it feels like. I'm like, hang on. I'm hearing I Can't Be Tamed by Miley Cyrus. So I almost feel like, I don't know, I almost want to say this is your breakout season. This is your breakout year. Maybe, you know, like, you've been holding back for a long time and it's like enough is enough. Also just feeling like, I don't know, like anything in your life that isn't resonating with you, anything in your life that is just, I almost want to say sucking the life out of you. It's like, this has to go, like, this has to die. But not obviously if it's a person, not like literally, but just like certain like themes in your life, concepts, relationships, like I said, like certain things. It's just like a huge reevaluation of everything. And like, I don't know about you guys, but like the other day, I woke up, slept through the night. I've been having myself crazy dreams. That's why I know, like, you guys in the collective probably have too. And one of them was something that, okay, I'll share. I don't know if I've shared this ever before. When I was 21 years old, I got kicked out of my grandparents' house. They raised my younger sister and I for a majority of my life. And I mean, obviously, like, I was hurt, but I think, like, I was in a spot at that point in my life where I couldn't process it. Like, I had to just keep going. I worked until the day before I moved. And I think I was gonna work, literally, like, I was gonna work all day and all night that day. And then I think the boss that I had, she was just something else. And I was like, you know what? I'm not working tonight. I'm gonna spend the rest of the day with my sister because I'm moving, or because I'm leaving tomorrow, and that's what's really important. So I did that, and I went on a cruise. I moved in with a girl I was good friends with at the time. This was like 10 years ago now. And I remember it was like, when I was still living with them, it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. I had just gotten out of the shower to get ready for work, which was like all I did. Like, I've always been like that. Like, I always worked a lot. And my grandmother came in and was like blindsided me, honestly. Because I had a talk with them, I think 2 weeks prior, just about like trying to like hash out things that were never addressed, because my family has just, it's never, I've been the black sheep my whole life, and it's never been easy with them, but I tried to like extend, you know, like an olive branch and like talk things out one last time, and I guess they didn't really care what I had to say either way, and like that was always very hard for me, like being vulnerable, especially with them, because I just don't think I felt very emotionally safe growing up. That's why like now I'm like working through avoidant patterns in like my relationships. It is what it is. But yeah, so she like came and knocked on my door. It was like literally 7:30 in the morning, and was like, you have until, it was literally like a month from then. Like it was like January 15th or something. Like I shit you not, I think I still remember the date, you know, to move out and this and that. Like I literally had no money saved. I had didn't have like I had nothing set up. Like I literally was like, oh. And I honestly, I yelled down the stairs after her. I literally screamed at her and was like, you're such a fucking bitch. Like I told her, sorry if you don't curse, sorry. And like, listen, in a perfect world, I'd never speak to my grandmother that way. Never. But truthfully, growing up was not easy. My grandmother had a lot of like mental health issues, and she was also honestly like narcissistic. She just was like, I think I have a decent understanding of like why she ended up like that. Like I think she grew up one like middle child of like 8 people, and like I understand why she wanted to be selfish. She also even admitted to me, I think this was like 2020, that, you know, like if she could do it all over again, she wouldn't have had kids. Or like even us, like she felt guilty, so that's why she took us in, because my mother had us very young, and it was a lot. I'll get into it all at some point with you guys, but I also like, something in me like healed just hearing that, because I was like, at least you admit it, because I've always been very intuitive and highly sensitive, and like I always felt like so, oh my god, I might cry. I always felt like so unwanted growing up, like literally so unwanted, and like I didn't know what it felt like to be loved, like literally, like I'm not even exaggerating, like maybe they did love me I'm sure they did to the best of their ability, or what that was to them, but like I literally didn't really ever feel truly loved until like I did some healing in my 20s, and like had better relationships come my way, and like had a better love of myself. And I know it's like a lot of people, they don't understand, not everyone, like I know there's people out there that definitely are in like a similar situation to me, and like and I promise you I'm getting to the point of that dream. It'll all come full circle. But there are people that get it, but there's a lot of people around me, and I think this is kind of tying into like the just things that have been on my mind recently. It's like sometimes I feel lonely, and like I am grateful for like everything I've been through, because it's really turned me into an incredible person. It really has. But you know, multiple things can be true at the same time, and one of those things is like, it doesn't mean that I deserve this. So yeah, that was like, it was ironic, because my grandparents would always tell me and my sister like, oh, your mother abandoned you, and like that's like a whole other thing. My mom, like, yes, she did, but it was like, from what I know, she was like, I don't know. my mom just like had her own struggles, and I'm not making excuses by any means, but I am like, just knowing how my mom, like the things my mom had to face in her life, like, and as I've become a woman myself, like I just have more grace for her, because I just understand her better. I don't want a relationship, just because I feel like my mother never like chooses to like grow emotionally. I've always felt like she was very, like I was like a parentified child in our relationship. So it just, I'm not interested. My peace matters too much to me. I don't know if that'll ever change. At this point in my life though, like I have too much to lose to like let her into my life, because she's a taker. And, but anyway, yeah, like the irony is in all that it was like, and I've been thinking about this so much like lately, like they always said, oh, your mom abandoned you. They used to just swear up and down and like drill it in our heads. And it's like, so did you. So did you. My whole life you fucking abandoned me. I used to get in trouble for telling the truth if it wasn't like appeasing my grandmother. I mean that in like a non like inappropriate way too. When I say like appease, I want that to be clear. Like if I wasn't like validating, let's say that if I wasn't like validating her or like saying or doing what she wanted, like, or if I told her, you know, my opinion on something and it wasn't like praising her to the gods, like she would get so offended. Or like she would always tell me that I'm so difficult. She would always tell me that I'm ungrateful. She would always tell me like I'm hateful if I didn't agree with her. She like has animosity towards me because I tried to like have a relationship with like my biological grandfather, who like, yeah, he really wasn't present in my life when I was growing up. And like, you know, we don't even really talk now, but I still like, I care for him. Like we have like a good relationship, like when we do see each other and like when we do talk, and he has like been there for me in my adult life, and I appreciate that. And I don't know, like she just like, she demonizes everybody that doesn't like put up with her shit or play her games, or I don't even fucking know, honestly. Like at this point I don't even care that much. But what I have been sitting with is you know, like that was brought up, like the whole abandonment thing, because that was something I literally woke up at 6:30 in the morning to sit through. Like I woke up and like it was like a dream of like my grandfather, like not my biological one, the one that like raised me, with my grandmother, of like, I don't even remember what he said, but he was abandoning me again. And I woke up at like 6:30 in the morning, and I was just like, my spirit team had definitely been there that night to help me work through that, because before I fell asleep, I heard ringing in my ears. I heard someone say something, and then I fell asleep. And I never sleep on my back. And when I woke up, I was on my back, and I was like, they were working on me last night. And all of a sudden I started, you know, I was just like, I was crying. And like, that's something I've been thinking about so much too. It's like, again, with the multiple things can be true at once. Like my step grandfather that like raised us, like there's a lot of things that he's said and done that I don't necessarily agree with, but like he was like an angel in our lives because he like held it down financially. Like he was the breadwinner. He was like tried to be emotionally supportive. He did enable my grandmother. I'll never say that that didn't happen, because it sure as hell did. But like he sometimes would like be the voice of reason, and like we'd be able to talk to him in order to like get through to her. And I guess he was like the mediator. And like I think maybe not like from a human perspective, maybe like I understand like his heart. That's something that I've always like, you know, because like I'm very empathetic, as you guys probably know now. And I've always just felt like, and this is something I've been thinking about lately too, is like they're getting older, and like I'm not condoning anything, and I don't even like, sometimes I feel conflicted about this, but it's like sometimes I'm like, you know, how much longer does he have? Like truthfully, they don't even talk to me unless there's something bad happening, like a hurricane. I never hear from them. And I also am just like, the phone works both ways, and like I did try after I moved, even like I tried to forgive them and just like still keep in touch, and I just got tired of it. And I got tired of like just dealing with my grandma's drama all the time. But like I said, I've been feeling conflicted because it's like I don't know if, I genuinely don't know if I'll have regrets if he passes away and I don't see him again at least one more time. But then it's also like, you know, sometimes you know you're going to see someone and you know it's the last time, and like, is that worse? Is that worse? I don't know. And then I also, when I came here, when I first moved here, this is like, oh my God, this is 7 years ago now. When I first moved here, I woke up and like sobbing because I had a dream that he died. And it was so crazy because in that dream, I don't know if it's prophetic or what, but in that dream, they lived somewhere, like I was back in New York, and like they moved, originally when I moved with them, I grew up on Long Island in New York. When he retired, we all moved down to Virginia. I was there for 6 months, then that's when I got thrown out. And then, after that, like I think they moved to Florida for a while, and then they ended up back in New York. So I just saw 1818. Part of me is like, fuck, like, did I have a prophetic dream? And it's just, it was like years ahead. Yeah. So yes, you might have themes like that coming up right now, and like just sitting with all that, and like truthfully, like I said, I didn't really like have time to process that, because it was like I was just working 24/7 as soon as I knew that was gonna happen, because I didn't have money. They had given us, when they sold their house, they had given my sister and I like some money, but like they never explicitly said like, we want you to like move out and like start your own life, like here's however much money. Like they never said that's what they wanted us to do with it. So I traveled all summer after they sold my childhood house. And if I assume if I had known differently, I wouldn't have done that. I don't know, but I assume that if I had known like straight up that was gonna happen, I wouldn't have spent that money. So yeah, and don't remember what I was gonna say, but I've just been really thinking about stuff like that. And oh yeah, like I didn't have time to like process it or anything, and then I kind of started to, I guess. But then it was also like, you know, life doesn't stop. So like I got down here, I got a job, I started working. I kind of like my roommate situation wasn't working out at the time either, and I just felt like deep in me like I've always liked solitude. I've always needed it. And like I felt like I had a lot of things I had to process, and I just wanted to be alone. And for a couple of years, like I worked hard, really hard to finally get my own place. And like even then it's like there was I don't know, so it was like 2023, I want to say. Maybe. I remember I was working at this restaurant, and like there was 2 Wednesdays back to back. I came home and I just sobbed like for hours. I just sobbed. And like I don't know, like there was a lot moving through me that year. And I don't know if, you know, now things are just coming up for me to like fully process, because I feel like we are coming to the end of a cycle, a really long cycle. But yeah, like it's just the irony in it, them constantly being mad about like my parents abandoning us, but them doing the same thing. Like, and I will say, like, you know what, I think like I needed that. Like I think like the journey that I went on post to living with them led me to where I am, led me to who I am, led me to like figuring my shit out, and figuring life out. It was hard though. It was very hard. And I am grateful, like, and like I said, even though I recognize I didn't deserve that. I just saw 222 and 2222. But yeah, there's just like themes coming up, and I'm just sitting with them, and like I don't know if I'm supposed to like work on forgiveness, or if it's just like, if I am like genuinely just processing this. Yeah. And what's weird is like, I don't know, maybe when I was little, like I felt abandoned by my parents, and that's why now it's just like whatever. But you know, like you kind of can't miss what you didn't really have also. Well, I guess that's not true, but either way, like I had a lot of time to process that, and now it's just like, no, like you took on this responsibility and you didn't uphold your end of it. And yeah, I don't know. And also just like, I guess all the things in me that make it hard for me to like be vulnerable, because I always, like I said, like I always just like felt very unwanted. And I know that that's not true now, but I also know like, I think it's hard for other people too to like always make someone feel wanted. Like everybody has like other things going on in their life, and it's like, I don't tell all my friends like I grew up feeling unwanted. Like that's not something I share all the time with everybody until now. And I still would not like start a conversation with someone new and be like, hey, I'm Samantha. I felt unwanted my whole life. How about you? No, like, I think, you know, like it's beautiful to be vulnerable and to have that with people, but I also don't think that everybody's able to hold that and like carry it gracefully and be respectful of that. because some people just don't have that capacity. So I don't think that everything needs to be shared with everybody. Yeah. That's where discernment comes in. But I love you guys, and I felt like I should share, and I hope this helps somebody out there. And yeah, maybe I'll do another one soon. Yeah. I love you. I'll see you in my next one.